Has TrackHouse fallen off the ladder? Is TrackHouse going under? Has all their momentum washed away and they're going to be known as the next colleague racing? I mean, do you guys even think about colleague right now? Who even drives that 31 car? Daniel Hemrick. I forget that he's even out there. But I got the stats and a little conspiracy theory for y'all that Mr. Hendrick spoke about last year at Darlington, the Goodyear 400 at Darlington. Let's go over the stats first here. With Daniel Suarez, he has one win, Atlanta, and 2 top 10s, Atlanta and Texas. Technically, folks are going to say, Daniel, he just got a 1-year extension. Folks are going to say, he ain't doing that good this year and stuff. Well, looking at the stats, he's actually doing a little bit better other than the top 10 mark, which there's still 14 races left, so he can get top 10 more, 10 top 10s to meet his last year's, what he did last year. He had 3 top 5s and 10 top 10s, led 48 laps and an average finish of 19th, and he was ranked 17th. So that's pretty easy to beat so far, considering he's already going to make the chase. He has 2 top 5s and he has 4 top 10s, so just needs to really start top 10ing him to death. He's at 43 laps led, so he has to lead 5 more laps. His average finish is 18.18 right now. Last year in 2023 it was 19. So it's just a normal average year for Daniel Suarez. Honestly, from his career, he's gonna be that bubble driver kind of every year, and in good equipment. That's where he's gonna peter out at, right there, bubble. I don't predict that he would ever really make a Final Four run or anything like that, like Clint Boyer did back in his heyday, or maybe, but I don't know. He's been out there for a hot minute now, and he's just been right there riding that bubble. So, but let's get into Ross Chastain here. 2023, he had 2 wins, 10 top 5s, 14 top 10s, and an average finish of 15th. 2024 so far, big old goose egg in the win column. 2 top 5s and 7 top 10s. He has 171 laps led and 3 DNFs. Average finish of 14.90 so far this year. So he's up a little bit. He's a little bit more consistent. His 2 top 10s was at Vegas Motor Speedway, got a P4, and Sonoma Raceway. He just crashed out at Pocono. That didn't help. 1 point there at Pocono really didn't help him out in the point standings. Didn't really get a good finish at Nashville or Chicago, which Nashville was a little bit concerning. I felt like that was one of his better tracks there. But what I really wanted to get into was last year at the Darlington, after Ross Chastain was going down and racing Kyle Larson there, and he just might have just drove it in there a little over his head, going for the win. You can't really blame somebody for doing that, but of course the competition's gonna get pissed with you if you do it to him too often, and he was kind of doing it a little too often there. Denny was pissed at him. You had Rick Hendrick pissed at him. Hell, you probably had RCR pissed at him. You had the whole damn field mad at the Watermelon Man. And so Rick went out there with Jeff Gordon and was talking about, if he would just calm it down, cool it down a little bit, you can't win a championship with all those enemies. Gave a little talk about Dale Earnhardt, gave him that advice. He didn't want to mention the driver, but maybe this is just Ross Chastain playing it cool until the end of the year, and maybe in the next 4 races we might see that crazy, hang it out there loose, drive it like Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain style, you know, checkers or wreckers, smashing watermelon again. Maybe, I mean, everybody wants to say that Chevy's down, you know, this is a bad year for Chevy. Well, if you look at the owners or the manufacturers' points, Chevy's in first. So, you know, folks are going to argue saying, oh, well, that's all Hendrick. Well, yeah, you know, there are some, really, Hendrick is the only Chevy team that's performing really well right now. RCR, that team, they just have terrible luck. And, yeah, just gosh awful luck. And if they are going to get a top 10 or a top 5, they just, one of their drivers, won't mention names, just damn wrecks the car. So I don't know what's going on there. People ain't happy, I reckon. And then Colleague Racing, you know, they fell off the damn map. And I hope that's not where we see Trackhouse. I know they're signing great young talent in the Nationwide Series, and they have great drivers signed. And I don't know if it's 100% a driver issue that they got going on. I am really hoping that they get to a third car so they can sign SVG. It puts a lot of pressure on Daniel Suarez when they only have 2 teams, knowing that he's probably the one on the chopping block. Honestly, I think if he didn't win at Atlanta, we probably would have seen him get booted down to something else. But well, they don't really have anything else either. Like, they're using other teams as stepping blocks, so, which is a unique way of doing things if you really think about it. Haven't seen that in a long time in NASCAR. But yeah, I just don't want to buy that all these other Chevy teams are just down and out. I think Trackhouse can get it going. I think they're with you know, Spire Motorsports spending a lot of money. They might become the you know, the new Chevy number 2 team next year, and kind of kick Trackhouse down to 3rd. And you know, if you fall down that list, people stop thinking about you. You end up like Colleague Racing. So that's what I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen to Trackhouse Motorsports, and just time will tell. If Ross Chastain just took Rick Hendrick's advice, I mean, if Mr. Hendrick speaks to you and tells you something like that, odds are you're gonna listen. It's Mr. Hendrick talking to you. So that's just what I wanted to put out, a nice little video for y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave some comments. Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to try and make sure I have comments on. Hit the like button, and catch y'all later. Out.